Hey friends and foes, welcome to Brushwork Podcast. My name is Stephanie Scott, and today we're talking about the email marketing experiment, part 1. I have decided to really up my email marketing game, to take it from one email every 3 to 6 months to, we can do automations now, and we can send things to my subscribers that are interesting and remind them that, they are subscribed to my mailing list. That is something I'm putting effort into. So I wanted to take you through what is essentially a very big experiment, an experiment that's going to last a couple of months. I'm going to tell you what I intend to do now, and then maybe in June or so, I will come back and tell you about all the results for all the things that I've done and built and how it's impacted my business. So consider this a before to major success, I hope. We'll see. The experiment goes as this. I don't like that I am not keeping up with my emails with subscribers who come to my mailing list, and I'm always asking people to subscribe to the mailing list, but I'm never actually sending anything out. And so this episode is part accountability, but it's also, I'm kind of stating my intentions, and I'm stating what I hope to change my mindset around when it comes to email marketing. I have done a lot of research, and I've been watching a lot of videos and listening to podcasts and talking to a coach. And email marketing is such a huge way to make business for an artist, for a fine artist especially. And I'm not utilizing it. I want to utilize it. One of my coaches, she said to me, she's like, Stephanie, you need to think about email marketing not as someone you're sending emails to, but as a social media in its own right. It is just like Instagram. The more consistent you are with it, the more effective it's going to be. And that blew my mind, because I always thought, I sent a newsletter out once every season. I'm really laying myself out here for y'all. I'm just I'm not good at this. So I'm trying to get better. She's like, you got to send it more often than, once in a blue moon. She told me, and this overwhelmed me at first when I heard this. She's like, you need to be sending out an email every 3 days. But it doesn't have to be you sending out the email. She's like, Stephanie, you really need to get set on automation and automated emails and getting people to have emails that you're crafting, and you do it once and then you send it out, and it's just a nice rolling machine. So I kind of sat with that for a minute, and I was like, I don't love sending emails to people because, the number one thing that I think about when it is I don't want to be bothering people. But the truth is, if people are going to open up your emails in your inbox, and you're surrounded by emails from fashion companies and makeup companies and home improvement companies, you need to be seen often. People need to see your name come up in their email box. They need to see your name coming up in your inbox often, so that you become familiar, that you become, just as competitive as the big box stores, as whoever else they happen to have signed up for because they made a purchase once. When people sign up to your mailing list as an artist, they're saying to you, please send me emails. And why wouldn't I take advantage of that? Why wouldn't I put all of my energy into it and make something really good, especially if I can automate some of it and take some of the work off? Do it once and then have it done. So here is my plan, and I've already started on this plan, because you can't make an episode about this for a plan that you haven't started. Otherwise, that's just a recipe for imposter syndrome to come haunt you. Anyways, this is not about imposter syndrome. This is about emails. Here is my plan. Here is all the different kinds of emails I'm going to make. Here's all the ideas I have for one-off emails, not just automated ones, and what I'm hoping for in the future. Now, if you're like, Stephanie, your voice sounds a little bit weird, it's because I had a cold last week, and I feel like I'm mostly better, but I'm still a little bit nasally, and I'm sorry that you don't get the sweet, soothing voice that you're used to. I have a list of, not 1, not 2, but 15 automated emails, and I'm not even done coming up with a list of these. I decided to spend the extra $10 or so a month on Squarespace and get automated emails. This isn't included when you first try and get your email subscription plan going. You have to pay extras for automations. It's not that much extra, which, I can already tell this is going to be one of those things I wish I upgraded sooner, but here we are. We've done it. So you can send up automated emails. You can send things to people when they, happen to leave something in their cart after a certain amount of time. If they've bought something from you, you can send an email to them saying like, hey, thanks. You're awesome. You're great. You're the best. Stuff like that. But you can also send automated emails up to 60 days for when people subscribe. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Up to 60 days, that's 2 months worth of emails that I could just write out once, and anytime someone subscribes, it just goes to them, which is great. We love that. So here are the 15 emails I'm going to make so far, and we'll see how this goes. I've already come up to the problem where one of my ideas was so big that I decided to divide it up into 2 separate emails, but we'll get there as we get there. Okay, so number 1, the first one, when someone signs up immediately from my mailing list, after they've clicked, yes, I want to subscribe, they get a thanks for subscribing email, and it has 10% off. Now, when I was doing this, I was like, okay, we need to think about my brand, and we need to think about consistency, and we need to think about what is the look going to be, and is it going to be the same for every single email going forward? And I thought, that's pretty simple. I like to have a template that's really consistent, that anytime someone opens it, they're like, I'm going to see similar things. Like, this is Stephanie's colors, this is her photos, these are the things that she's talking about, here's the new work, etc. So we have a thanks for subscribing, and then I give them a 10% off discount. The truth is, I've had only one person ever use a 10% off discount, and so I've decided that I'm just going to give this to literally anyone who will take it, and it never expires. Because so far only one person has used it. And it's just like, please use the discount. Please come to my shop. So I'm like, here's your discount. It lasts forever. You get this. It doesn't expire. Here you go. And if you want to see what this discount is, dear listener, you should subscribe to my mailing list because it's cool. Okay, so this very first email, I kind of stated out, you want to have your own language when you're talking here. So for me, I said, I'm thrilled to have you in my inner circle. Some other people might say, I'm thrilled to have you on the list, or welcome to the club. Like, you want to have something that's like in the nature of your brand, of your painting and your drawing or whatever. And then I say, here's a small gift for you. Here's a discount code. You use it for 10% off anyways. And then immediately after that, I put a picture of one of my prints and a link to the shop. Under this one, I also have a link to the podcast and a link to one of the galleries that I really like. These are very simple. This is not a lot of text. It's just a little bit, a couple of pictures. And I say, thanks for your time. A colorful journey awaits you. If you're looking for more examples of what to do, sign up for other artists' email lists and you'll get these emails. It'll just happen. So if you need ideas, look to other people and steal like an artist. Okay, the second email I send, this happens 2 days after the first email. Okay? Which is a really good one. I want to say hello again. So in this second email, I'm introducing myself. I'm introducing my why. I'm like, I'm an abstract painter from Seattle. Here's my story and here's my signature. I do this 24 hours after, so not 2 days, I meant 1 day. And this is just like an immediate, hey again, I'm here and this is what you can expect from the email list. I like to have a what you can expect email. I think that's important for the tone, and if people are going to unsubscribe, this is probably where they're going to do it. Not because they don't like you, but, if they don't like the style of email, I want them to, I don't need them hanging around, I want them to like it. So I tell them a little bit of a story in this second email. It has a great hook. I talk about a life-changing event that happened to me in relation to my art journey. And I leave them on a hook at the end of the story, which is like, needless to say, I started crying, and then I have a little read more. And if they click on it, it goes to my website, and they can read the whole story on my blog, which is awesome. And then underneath that, I just have a picture and a link to one of my galleries, and it just says, make good choices. It has my name and my signature, which is very fun. On the third email, we have an idea, which is you want to tell either a client story or something that is really involved. This is going to be a longer form email, and it happens 3 days after someone subscribes. So far I've sent 1 email a day since someone has subscribed. And after this one, there will be a little bit of a time break. But for this one, I want to talk about what the process was like from someone's idea, like say it's a commission, and that they give me, and then how I turn it into a painting. So in the email I say, recently a collector asked me, Stephanie, how can you take an emotion and make it into something I can see? I'm looking at this painting about moving into your first apartment, and now I'm feeling nostalgia from my first home. So I take that quote, which is actually a real quote that someone said to me, and I talk about that process. I have a couple of photos. This is more long form. There's a couple things to read. So this whole email is more like a blog post than anything. Here I talk about one of my paintings, like Trickster, which is about the god Loki from the TV show Loki, and how I turned his image into a painting. And then I talk about a couple of other paintings I've made. It's very short and sweet. Each little section is only a paragraph or two. And then at the very bottom, it talks about the discount code again that I have for my shop. It says, hey, check out the shop, and here's my discount code in case you forgot. And I'll see you next time. And then I sign my name, and we're off. At the bottom of all these emails, I'm making sure to add a link to my commissions page, my gallery, my live streams, and also my Instagram. Just so people can have it. They have something to click onto at the bottom of the email in case they're like, oh, I'm done looking at emails today. I'll just move on from here. So those are the 3 emails that I have already made. I've had not a lot of subscribers since I have made these 3 emails. 2 emails have been sent out of all 3 of these, and people have clicked on most of them, but that's nothing. It's 2 people. So I'm going to wait and give you the full results after a couple of months have gone by, after people have really, gotten the whole series of emails. My future emails 4 through 15, go like this. Number 4, I want to have another personal story. I want this to have a really big hook, something to get them on the blog or on the podcast and keep them reading. I'm thinking the moment everything changed, which I kind of did in email 2, but this might be later. So I'm going to do this email 48 hours after my last one. So this is after 5 days since subscribing. Number 5, email 5, it's going to be a show and tell about one of my collections. In this case, I'm going to go with the Broken Symmetry series. I'm going to do a little show and tell. I'll be like, hey, here's the collection in your email. You don't have to go to the gallery on my website to look at it, but if you want to see more, you do have to go to the gallery. This will be a couple of days after the email 4. This will be like 2 days after. So we're on day 6. And I'm going to have like a little slideshow kind of talking about my thought process. And there's that. Okay, so email number 6 is interesting. I don't know how to craft this yet, but I'm interested in doing it. I've seen people do quizzes, personality quizzes like, what color are you? Or what's your favorite tea? Or figure out what kind of present would be best to give to so-and-so. So I'm going to make a quiz, or I'm going to make a feedback form, and I'm going to ask them to fill something out that they can tell me about themselves, right? I want them to tell me what their favorite colors are. I want them to tell me what their favorite paintings are. And then I want them to get onto my website and hang out there for a hot minute, right? So this quiz, it's to get them engaged onto my site. So when they click the quiz, they say, hey, find out what color your spirit is or whatever. I'm making this up as I talk. But having something like that that's really engaging and interactive is a great 6th email. This will be a week out from when they first subscribed. Email number 7, I don't have a timeline here, but it's probably going to be around day 9 or 10. So this will be, I'm going to offer them something at this point. I'm going to offer them a free set of postcards. If they just reply to that email, I will have them fill out a form with their name and their mailing address of wherever they want me to send the postcards. It doesn't have to be to them. It could be as a gift to someone. And I'll send them out a set of 4 postcards. This is inexpensive for me. The postcards cost about $1 each. Mailing out postcards is approximately $1, so this is a $5 expense. But if they only reply to it, so they have to reply to the email to get them. And that gets them in conversation with me, building a relationship. I love this idea. I might even move it up sooner in the ranking of emails here. Okay. So now that I've offered them something free, I've offered them a quiz, a little fun thing to do during the break, right? Number 8 is going to be another gallery show and tell. I'm going to show them about my Golden Thread series. This is where I do gradients with gold leaf. It's it's one of my most popular series of paintings, and I'm going to do another show and tell here. Maybe offering them to commission me for a Golden Threads painting if they like this kind of artwork, something like that. Number 9, email 9, this will be about a dozen days after they've subscribed, will be about, let me tell you about the podcast, right? Let me tell you about Brushwork Podcast, and let me tell you about a couple of my favorite episodes. Now, I know that the people subscribing to my mailing list are different than the people who are listening to this podcast, but there is some overlap, and I would like them to help each other. So that's why I will do that. I'll tell them, hey, you can listen to the podcast here, here, and here. Here's a more recent episode. I'll have to update this every once in a while, but that's easy. And I think it'll be good. Email number 10 is going to be to remind them of the 10% off code. Remember, I have had like one person use this code. I'm like, I want to remind them that it's here, and it requires that there always be something in the shop, which I almost always have something in the shop, and this will be 15 days after they've subscribed. I'll definitely have some examples of like prints and tote bags, and if they like the cards that I sent them, they can get more there, right? Things like that. Email number 11 will be a collection of things that inspire me. This might be books that I've been reading. This might be something I use with my Amazon Associates link. It might be something from like things that inspire my paintings, like where I like to go. It might be, this is very flexible. I haven't thought this one super out yet, but I might do more than one of these. And asking always, what inspires you? I'm not just, when I have these emails, I don't want to just like ask them for things. I also want to give them things. Email number 12, which will happen 18 days after they've subscribed, is another gallery showing. I'm going to show them about probably my Golden Fields collection, which has mostly gold backgrounds, and talking about that one. This way I'm kind of intermittently spreading out, here's my artwork, here's something for you, here's something I would like you to give me, etc. Email 13 is from my very first podcast episode, 10 ways to support your favorite artist for free. This will be 21 days after they've signed up for their email list, and it'll show ways that they can support me and other artists that they know. Number 14 is going to be a thank you for your support kind of email. I'm going to say I'm grateful that you've wanted emails and that you've opened them for 24 days after you've signed up. Email 15, this is the last one that I've planned out so far, is how to commission me. I want to make it really easy and show them, hey, this is how you can submit an idea if you're interested in getting a custom piece of art. Because at this point, I've sent them 15 emails in 30 days, which is a lot. It's like every other day. And they've seen my name come up a lot. And I want to, help them break the ice, help them see that, you can approach me also as I've been approaching you. I also have some ideas for other things to do, because remember, you have 60 days worth of automations. That doesn't mean you need to be sending out an email every day, but you have 60 days worth of future time to plan out, which is cool and great. So other things I want to do is more favorite things, favorite books, favorite teas, favorite tools in the workshop, favorite studios I've had in the past, favorite artists of mine. That's like 5 different emails right there. I want to do another client show and tell where I'm like, hey, here was the commission prompt and here's what I made, right? Things like that. Or showing people's houses with my art in them, getting some really cool realtor photos that I've had in the past, some office spaces, etc. Having a different email sent out for different aspects of your art business is cool. So I have an art book club, so kind of exploring the art book club and giving the email subscribers a sneak peek to what that's like. I have my Twitch. I should do a Twitch intro email. My favorite things that are under $50 is a good asking email. An invitation to transform your home is a great title for an email. I want to do one that's like how to pack for an art vacation, how to find an artist opportunity in your area. Do an ask that's like, hey, I want your ideas and feedback. Maybe for the podcast or for the Twitch or for a post on Instagram or whatever. If people have ideas, I want to be like, give them to me. I want to hear your ideas, because that's another way to spark a conversation. One of the last ones is I want to maybe have a digital product or give away a digital wallpaper that has my art as the image of it. Just like, here's a freebie for you. here's the background. You can put it on your laptop or your phone or whatever, right? And it's my artwork. One thing I've learned in marketing is that someone has to see your artwork, see an image of your product like 15 or 16 times before they want to buy it. So having it as their phone wallpaper is a great way to get that going, you know? Some of the one-off emails that I want to do that's going to be part of this experiment is making sure that I'm sending off an email every time I have a new product in the store, right? Fresh off the easel, here's a new painting, you can buy it here or get a print here. We love that. We need an after purchase email. We need coupon reminders, lots of reminders to use the coupons because that gets people, you know, spending money in your store. We love them. And we love to send them the gift of art, right? Sending gift cards out, doing giveaways through the email, like things like that. It's quite good. Wow, I feel like I just blew through all that. That was a lot of email talk, and I'm excited for this experiment. I've got a lot of typing and storytelling to do. Some of these I will send out to my current subscribers. As of today, which is March 6th, I've got 80 people on my email subscription list, and that will grow over the next couple of months. I usually get a couple every month. And I'm going to be sending out some of these as the automations to the subscribers I already have. So you gotta just, you know, test it out and see what people like. And I'll let you know what happens. I hope I'm able to get more sales online from these. I hope I'm able to make good connections for future commissions, because commissions are my bread and butter. And I think this is going to work. I have a good feeling about this. I have a good motivation around it. So, you know, one step at a time. I've got planned out the next week or so of 1 or 2 emails a day, and we'll see what happens. Wish me luck, friends and foes. I'm absolutely going to post an update to this in a couple of months, and we'll see what happens. If you have any ideas for emails, or you're like, oh, actually, scratch that. If you have an artist that sends really good emails, and you're like, Stephanie, you need to check this out, let me know, because I love getting artists in my email box, because it's so much better than Home Depot. And I send them to me because I want to hear what they are, and I want to discover new artists. So if you know someone who does just a bang up job with those emails, let me know. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next time, and make good choices. Bye.